Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. Today's September 21st. This video is about cucumbers. I always talk about continuing to grow them in waves. Frost date here in Maryland, somewhere between October 15th and maybe November 15th. Seems each year it gets later and later into the year. These are cucumber plants that were started as transplants around the end of July, got into the ground August 15th, about 55 days worth of growth. They're absolutely beautiful. And one of the things I want to encourage you all to do is to keep planting cucumbers and other warm crops throughout the season. We're going to go over the disease that's on there now. It's anthracnose. It's a fungal disease. I'll show you what that is, talk to you about how to treat it. But I have the cucumbers, fifth wave or so, maybe fourth wave, it's hard to keep track, growing all throughout my garden into late October. They're doing really, really well. That's the key. I don't want to kind of belabor the point, but just keep planting. You can put direct seeds into the ground, you can grow transplants, bring them over to space. As your cucumber plants die out through the season, and in the summer they may get more diseases, more pests, just remove them, put in new plants. It really works that simply. And they love the warmer days when it's in the 70s and 80s and the cooler nights as you approach the later fall. They just really, really thrive. I'll show you some of the cucumbers on here and then we'll get to the disease. If you want to subscribe and follow me for 2023, I will be showing you how to seed start indoors, outdoors, and I will just show you how to plant an entire garden. Summer crops, cool crops, take care of everything. Every year I start from really starting seeds indoors in January 1st and go all the way into November, taking care of the plants and putting the beds to rest. So let's just call this wave 5. One of the benefits of planting your cucumbers later into August, it's still warm, still hot, is when that cool weather comes, they're going to thrive a little bit more because they're not being beat up by the heat. And you're going to have to water less because the water's just evaporating, at a lower rate because it's getting a little bit cooler, especially at night. Some of the keys just for success is when you put in, one, you can put seeds directly in. Just put them in, let them go. Because it's warm in August, or when you're putting in that final wave, they're going to really take off and produce. They're going to start producing in about 50 days from being put in the ground as transplants or once they germinate. So it's pretty easy. Basic setup, handful of granular fertilizer just scattered around the planting area. I don't do anything fancy. I water it in with a fish emulsion, higher nitrogen one time, and then I really let them go. The final wave of cucumbers really feeds off of everything that you've been doing in your garden over the season, so there's not really much to do. Watering is less. Of course, in the beginning, water them a couple times a week, get them established, but then you can really go down to, based on your temperatures, 2 times a week or something like that. But the care is so much easier, I think, going into the fall from later August into September, October. Cucumbers are producing. I've been harvesting them. There's 2 right there, 1 right over there. The leaf pattern of disease that you see on here right now, and they're usually angular. There's probably a combination of a leaf spot and anthracnose on here. Anthracnose looks more like this, where it's just really these angular patterns, and it's a fungal disease. You want to spray any antifungal on the undersides of the leaves, tops of the leaves. Stick to a routine. You probably want to do this if you have these type of fungal issues every 7 to 10 days. Just keep the routine in place. I've kind of slacked off a little bit. The problem is coming back, so I will hit them one more time with an antifungal, and you can see that it's spreading throughout the vines, but overall they look pretty good. And I just want to stress just the amount of production here in Maryland. Look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'd be nice to get 10. Okay, we'll take this one as 10. And you can see that same pattern there. So the fungal disease is truly there. These tend to come more so when it's warm and humid, and our weather's just kind of messed up. So we are still getting some hot days, warm enough, humid enough to keep the fungal issue going. Overall, the plants are beautiful, just tons of flowers everywhere. So I will go, there's another cucumber growing right back there. So I will hit these with the antifungal. That will take care of them. But I'm going to continue to get cucumber plants into the last frost, which is pretty cool. So technically I've probably been picking cucumbers from June all the way into October. And I want to stress again, the bottom line is you just want to keep planting waves of cucumbers. I've talked about this before, but you'll really be happy because the summer garden kind of starts burning me out in August. There's a cucumber right there, ready to be picked. That's pretty nice to still be harvesting into late September. So the summer does kind of literally burn me out. I get tired, but I like to get in the cool crops. I like to get in waves of the warm crops later into the season because they will continue to produce. And then like right over there, I have my broccoli. I have all the cool crops going in. A nice flat of lettuces, and that's even dill. Dill can take a frost, believe it or not. That will be going into my garden in different places for the cool weather. The cool crops can take a frost. Cucumbers can't. When the frost comes, they're going to be pretty much done. Anyway, I hope you subscribe. Follow me for 2023. I already have 1,500 gardening videos. You can check them out for information. But I will start from the beginning with starting seeds indoors in January and go all the way through into November, show you how to put your beds to rest. Thanks for watching, and keep in mind the concept of planting in waves. Just keep the plants coming, remove the sickly plants, put in new plants, and you'll keep getting a harvest really up until the last frost for your summer crops. Thanks for watching.